Today's royal chaos is shaking the palace walls. The bloodline files have blown open. Prince William just froze Archie's royal status after rejecting Prince Harry's DNA proof. At exactly 7 a.m. on February 12, 2026, Buckingham Palace dropped a statement that sent shockwaves around the world. The message was cold, sharp, and final. William refused to validate Harry's private DNA report that was meant to prove little Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor is truly his biological son and rightful to return to the royal register. But this isn't just brotherly tension, it's a royal blockade. William is demanding a second DNA test under crown control, done only by the monarchy's secret intelligence unit. The palace is divided, with insiders whispering that Harry's 72-page legal file, packed with California DNA tests, affidavits from Meghan, and Beverly Hills ultrasound scans, has the royals in meltdowns. Even a notarized statement from a Portland hospital worker was included.
Yeah, I think stuff to do with family overwhelms me quite a bit. You know, worry or stress around family side of things, that does overwhelm me quite a bit.
Harry's team wanted to restore Archie and Lilibet as recognized royals after years in exile, hoping this would open the door for their full royal comeback. Harry's reportedly eager to return to the UK, especially now that he's separated from Meghan. But Prince William's reaction? Ice cold and calculated. Insiders say he immediately reactivated the long-dormant Sovereign Succession Security Council, a secret board of royal lawyers, intelligence agents, and archivists who handle bloodline disputes. Within hours, William's office dropped a royal freeze on Archie's status, claiming major inconsistencies. Soon after, the palace leaked a 6-point internal memo, now called the Bloodline Files. The findings were wild. Investigators spotted massive photo inconsistencies during Meghan's pregnancy, with belly sizes changing drastically on the same dates. Forensic experts verified timestamps, ruling out any camera tricks.
If you could choose one thing for people to know the truth about you, what would that one thing be?
The one thing, oh gosh, what's the one thing?
Whispers of a possible moon bump echo through palace halls, and it gets messier. Unlike Catherine's documented births, Meghan's had no royal obstetrician signatures, no discharge papers in royal archives. Then the twist. Archie's birth certificate was quietly changed a month later, replacing Rachel Meghan Markle with Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex. Meghan's camp swears the palace ordered it, but William called it unprecedented and suspicious, noting Catherine's name was never altered. That first photo of baby Archie at Windsor Castle looked too perfect. Experts said it screamed studio shoot, with lighting gear worthy of a magazine spread. Palace insiders even called it more vogue than reality. The fact that no press photographers were allowed at the 2019 event only fueled more suspicion. Then came the real bombshell. Financial sleuths traced a $500,000 payment from a company called OLLC to a fertility clinic near the Mexican border, famous for elite surrogacy and total secrecy. The payment landed just 5 days before Meghan's official birth announcement. Wild timing.
But in terms of, doing the job and things like that, I don't feel too overwhelmed by that. Not now anyway.
Even more explosive, MI6 cryptologists found encrypted notes hinting at a secret non-disclosure deal between that clinic and a mysterious third party. Those files were flagged as evidence of a hidden gestational arrangement, and that's when full-blown palace panic hit. William, normally calm but firm, reportedly told aides, "This isn't about rejecting my brother. It's a firewall to protect the monarchy's integrity." Still, behind closed doors, tensions boiling. A senior Privy Council insider says William's officially frozen Harry's kids from the royal registry until a Crown-certified DNA audit happens in the UK. But Harry's fighting back, accusing William of using royal red tape to block what he swears is his family's rightful claim. Meghan's staying quiet, for now. But her lawyers are hinting they'll pull out international human rights law if the palace keeps blocking her children's recognition. This legal storm could blow the royal gates wide open. Insiders now fear the feud could trigger a full review of the Sussex's 2020 royal exit, digging up money trails, secret contracts, and buried memos that were never meant to see daylight.
I had a great childhood. That time was really fascinating because that day that we were watching that commercial at school was also when the LA riots were happening.
With William rejecting Harry's DNA proof, all attention's shifting west, to a California lab, an Oregon lawyer, and one mysteriously deleted email that could rip this case apart. The DNA drama leads straight to Horizontal Gene Diagnostics, a boutique genetics firm in Santa Barbara, just minutes from Harry and Meghan's Montecito home. Harry's legal team claims a January 2026 DNA test there proved with 99.999% certainty that he's Archie's biological father. But William's camp isn't buying it. Palace insiders say the samples were handed over by Meghan's former chief of staff, not through any verified chain of custody. Even worse, horizontal gene isn't accredited by the UK's Royal College of Pathologists or recognized under ISO forensic standards. That set off alarms for the Sovereign Succession Security Council, who called the test engineered for a result, not the truth. Oversight came from Oregon lawyer Douglas Hall, who arranged the test and petitioned the Privy Council to restore royal protections for Archie and Lilibet. But now Hall's in trouble too. A leaked internal email from January 22, 2026 just exposed him to the storm. The leaked email obtained by The Times had a chilling subject line: "We need optics, not science." It allegedly ordered staff to find a partner lab willing to certify the results early if Horizon Gene couldn't deliver by the 26th. That single line has blown Harry's entire case apart. "We need optics, not science." The palace will only see the paperwork. Those words, reportedly from attorney Douglas Hall, have shaken the royal legal fight to its core. Hall hasn't denied writing it, only saying it was taken out of context, but the damage is done. The palace isn't buying his excuse, and William's office has now released a new timeline that makes things look even darker.
Hey, Hopes. I'm so glad you're here. Come with me for a day in the life. I'm going to show you my favorite spots in Toronto. Come on.
Courier logs and bank records reveal Harry's DNA sample was flown from Los Angeles to London on January 24th, but an identical sample was also sent to a Zurich lab. Here's the twist. Zurich never got paid, so no analysis was ever completed. Investigators think Harry's team set up a backup plan, expecting pushback from the UK. Even worse, Zurich's files labeled the sample practice use only, no official chain of custody at all. A senior Home Office insider summed it up perfectly. This doesn't read like a paternity test. It reads like the finale of a Netflix thriller. A Hollywood-style lab, a foreign legal team, a slick media rollout, while Buckingham Palace stayed deadly silent. The palace's silence is cracking, and the fallout's about to slam the crown hard. If Horizon Gene cast the first shadow, MI6 just dropped the blackout curtain. As investigators dig deeper into Prince Harry's contested DNA proof, the bloodline files have taken an explosive new turn. Sources close to the Sovereign Succession Security Council confirm that MI6 has reactivated a top-secret dossier, File Sigma, with a chilling subject line: Disruption of Lineal Continuity, Sussex Asset Irregularities, 2019 to 2023. At the core of this bombshell lies a mysterious payment, a hidden clinic, and a question that could shake the monarchy's idea of legitimacy itself. On May 1st, 2019, just 5 days before Archie's birth was announced, a wire transfer of $499,900 was sent from Archway LLC to a discreet fertility clinic near Tijuana, Mexico. The clinic's name remains blacked out, but it's known for serving elite clients through private surrogacy and ironclad secrecy. According to a newly unsealed MI6 audit, this discovery didn't come from the press. It came from ex-intelligence crypto analysts now embedded in the palace's secret custodian unit. Their audit exposed that the funds were funneled through 2 offshore shells in Delaware and the Cayman Islands before landing in a numbered Mexican account linked to Fora Biomed SA. Investigators are now on high alert. This isn't just suspicious paperwork, it's a covert royal scandal. One insider dropped the bomb. This wasn't a prenatal checkup, this was a full gestational contract, and it happened just 5 days before Archie's birth announcement. That revelation has reignited the palace's most controversial theory, the whispered moon bump mystery. The viral 2019 claim that Meghan Markle used a prosthetic baby bump is roaring back, and this time, insiders say the palace isn't brushing it off. While the media once called the rumor cruel and baseless, Palace Visual Forensics quietly kept digging. Now MI6 analysts are reopening the archived photos, and their new findings are jaw-dropping. 3 verified images from March 5, 2019 show Meghan at 2 separate London events, King's College and a charity roundtable. In the first, her baby bump looks full and firm. Just hours later, it's noticeably smaller, sitting higher, and showing odd creases that experts claim resemble synthetic folds. Palace tech teams ran a private 3D depth mapping analysis, concluding that no natural pregnancy could shift in mass and shape so dramatically within 6 hours. Adding to the shock, a former royal staffer revealed that Frogmore Cottage's maternity suite was spotless. No delivery setup, no medical gear, not even a breast pump in sight. The insider summed it up quietly. It felt staged. Those words have shaken Buckingham Palace to the core. The findings have triggered late-night emergency meetings between Prince William, Princess Anne, and the King's top constitutional advisors. By royal law, any child seeking a place in the royal household register must prove an unbroken, verified bloodline, signed off by royal physicians and authenticated through official palace records. Right now, none of it applies to Archie or Lilibet, not with full palace approval at least, and this is far bigger than family drama. Royal historian Dr. Miles Grayson explains it bluntly. This isn't about parenting, it's about preserving the monarchy's legal and symbolic backbone. One crack in the bloodline, he warns, could unravel centuries of royal legitimacy. Late last night, Harry's legal team hit back hard with a fiery public statement. Prince William is weaponizing doubt to delay justice for his niece and nephew. This is not a monarchy of paternity tests. It's a family. Archie and Lilibet are ours, and they are Windsor. But William's allies weren't having it. One insider close to Queen Camilla fired back, saying, "Harry wants royal privileges without royal proof. We don't run on feelings, we run on facts." Then, at exactly 8:47 p.m. on February 11, 2026, a velvet-bound dossier labeled Lineage 1, urgent, was hand-delivered from Buckingham Palace to the office of the Royal Register. What's inside is historic. An official directive signed by Prince William himself under the authority of the Crown Succession Security Council. The order calls for an immediate lockdown of the Royal Household Register, freezing all changes, additions, or validations tied to Archie and Lilibet's royal status. It also commands a full-spectrum bloodline review before anything moves forward. In plain terms, the children are now trapped in royal limbo, their place in the monarchy suspended indefinitely. This is no longer a family feud. It's a full-blown constitutional custody battle that could drag out hidden royal procedures and unearth secrets buried for generations. Since Queen Victoria's reign, the Royal Household Register has stood as a sealed ledger, a sacred document of bloodline legitimacy. But now, for the first time in modern history, an entry has been frozen after submission. Insiders confirm that Prince William invoked Clause 6 of the Sovereign Child Declaration Act, a nearly forgotten rule from 1837 that grants the heir to the throne power to suspend royal lineage claims whenever there's ambiguity, disruption, or forensic dispute. The monarchy hasn't seen a move this extreme in over a century. Former royal archivist Edward Lonsdale didn't hold back, calling it the nuclear button of lineage control. By invoking it, William effectively froze every privilege tied to Archie and Lilibet. Titles, inheritance, ceremonial rights, all locked down, no matter what Harry's DNA files say. This isn't just symbolic, it's operational. Palace tech teams reportedly removed Archie and Lilibet's digital profiles from the active royal registry, flagging all future updates for internal review only. It's a digital erasure that screams one thing: William now controls the gateway to royal legitimacy. But another player just re-entered the scene. King Charles III himself. High-level insiders say a sealed memo Charles wrote in December 2025, just before his major health evaluation, has been unsealed at William's request. The contents remain top secret, but sources confirm the subject line reads chillingly clear: Sussex children and the threshold of trust. What's known is that King Charles wrote his secret memo right after a private briefing from Princess Anne, who exposed major inconsistencies in Archie's birth timeline. The document reportedly outlined emergency steps if more forensic irregularities ever surfaced, signaling that this royal storm may only be entering its most dangerous phase yet. Palace whispers suggest Charles's memo contained a shocking clause: preliminary royal consent to deny hereditary recognition to any child not born under verified, observable conditions. One aide close to the matter said, "Charles was torn. As a grandfather, he felt love, but as a sovereign, he felt duty." In the end, he deferred to William's hardline judgment. Then came Meghan's explosive counterattack. At 8 a.m. on February 12th, her legal team filed a preemptive motion in the UK High Court, accusing Prince William and the Privy Council of staging a custodial coup disguised as a lineage inquiry. The filing argues that Archie and Lilibet, as dual UK-US citizens, are protected under international family law, and that the Royal Household Register has no civil authority to define their identity or legitimacy. Meghan's lawyers claim the palace's actions amount to institutional erasure, stripping her children of royal recognition through decree, not law. The court filings even included photos from Archie's birthday in Montecito and a sworn letter from Tyler Perry declaring that Meghan carried, delivered, and raised both children like any mother would, despite relentless public pressure. So far, Buckingham Palace remains silent, but insiders say that silence is pure strategy, not surrender. The royal divide is now undeniable. Princess Anne stands firmly behind William's strict approach, pushing for an independent royal medical tribunal, while Prince Edward quietly admits the monarchy can't risk being blindsided again. Queen Camilla hasn't spoken publicly, but was overheard saying, "The crown must stand taller than its scandal." Meanwhile, Harry's furious. Sources reveal a recent call between the brothers was short, tense, and ice cold, with trust completely shattered. This battle has outgrown DNA tests. It's now about the moral foundation of the throne itself. William's latest power move, the launch of the Royal Commission for Lineal Ethics and Continuity, RCLEC, officially activated on February 12, 2026. Along with it, he's ordered the College of Arms to suspend all ceremonial use of royal titles for Archie and Lilibet. Until their lineage is verified, no one inside the palace is allowed to call them prince or princess. The official statement pulled no punches. The styling of prince or princess shall be withheld as a matter of institutional integrity. Insiders say the choice weighed heavily on William, but palace officials called it a necessary step under global scrutiny, especially with the world questioning the children's biological legitimacy and possible succession rights. But the real flashpoint isn't just the titles. It's Princess Diana's estate. Her 1996 will clearly states her £22 million fortune must be divided equally between her sons and their legitimate descendants. Now that Archie and Lilibet's legitimacy is frozen, their access to Diana's trust is being reviewed. Multiple insiders confirm William has already spoken to the trustees about placing the Sussex children's share in escrow until the Royal Commission delivers its verdict, a move that could block their inheritance entirely. Behind closed doors, Harry's said to be crushed, telling friends, "This isn't just betrayal of me, it's betrayal of Mom." Harry confided to a friend that Diana would never let paranoia about bloodlines outweigh love for her grandkids. She believed in hearts, not birth certificates. Still, palace advisors argue it's Diana's own legacy that demands this investigation stay pure and uncompromised. "This isn't sentiment," declared Lord Pembroke, legal advisor to the Sovereign Council. "It's fiduciary duty. Until legitimacy is proven, trustees must act with caution." Established quietly under a 1975 royal charter, the Royal Commission for Lineal Ethics and Continuity, RCLEC, has operated in secrecy for decades. But now, for the first time in royal history, it's fully convened and doing its work under public scrutiny. The 7-member panel is stacked with authority. 2 senior lords from the Ethics Committee, a retired Privy Council judge, the Royal Archivist General, an Oxford constitutional historian, the Archbishop of Canterbury's legal envoy, and one unnamed former intelligence officer whose identity remains top secret. Their mission is monumental: to determine whether Archie and Lilibet meet the legal, moral, and ceremonial standards required to retain or reclaim royal standing. This goes far beyond DNA, explained royal historian Fiona Travers. It's about trust, heritage, and the monarchy's survival in an era where almost anything can be fabricated. Insiders say the RCLEC has already requested every version of Archie and Lilibet's birth certificates, Meghan's travel logs from the years before both births, surveillance data from Frogmore Cottage, and even redacted financial records from Archewell. The royal investigation is no longer a whisper, it's a full-scale audit of royal truth. If the commission rules that Archie and Lilibet's births don't meet royal succession standards, the fallout won't just shake Buckingham Palace, it could rewrite royal history itself. If the RCLEC decides against them, both children would be permanently erased from the royal register, their titles stripped, even the honorary ones. They'd be barred from state events, jubilees, and all official ceremonies. Their potential inheritance from Princess Diana's trust could be frozen or redirected, and in a shocking twist, even Prince Harry's HRH status might be at risk. Some commissioners reportedly suspect he may have misrepresented lineage to preserve royal privilege. The monarchy has survived scandal, exile, even abdication, said historian Fiona Travers. But a falsified bloodline would spark a reckoning like nothing before. Public opinion is now fiercely divided. A February 12th poll shows 62% of Britons support the review. 47% believe the titles should stay suspended, while 41% side with Harry, accusing William of bureaucratic cruelty. The digital war is raging too, with hashtags like #ArchieTruthFiles, #DianaWould've-loved-them, and #CrownOrChaos flooding social media, turning this royal feud into a global obsession. Now, behind palace doors, the Royal Commission for Lineal Ethics and Continuity has entered final deliberations. And the next move could determine not just the children's futures, but the monarchy's very credibility. As of February 13th, 2026, only 3 top officials have access to the completed report. A document that will answer one haunting question. Do Archie and Lilibet truly belong to the House of Windsor? The final judgment now rests in the hands of Prince William, Princess Anne, and the Lord Chancellor. Though the RCLEC's ruling remains sealed, emotional and political shockwaves are already shaking the monarchy. After weeks of silence, Meghan Markle is reportedly preparing to break hers, with a recorded interview set to drop just hours after the verdict. Sources say the interview was filmed at her Montecito estate 2 nights ago, described as deeply personal and centered on defending her motherhood. Meghan reportedly recounts her pregnancies in detail and condemns what she calls an institutional witch hunt. In the footage, she passionately declares, "I carried my children, I gave birth to them, now they're being erased. This isn't about lineage, it's about power, fear, and control." The tell-all was produced by an independent US outlet, not Netflix or Spotify, and will premiere simultaneously across YouTube, Instagram, and global networks, deliberately bypassing royal media channels. Inside Buckingham Palace, officials are bracing for impact. Meanwhile, Prince William is finalizing his own response, an official statement titled, "On the Matter of Lineage and Constitutional Continuity." Sources confirm the document is already drafted and set for release within 24 hours of the Commission's final decision. A moment that could redefine the monarchy's future forever is finally here. The last official speech, approved by King Charles before his retreat, will confirm the RCLEC's ruling, sealing the registry fate of Archie and Lilibet and declaring the Crown's stance on heirs born outside verified royal conditions. Insiders say Prince William's tone is resolute but deeply personal. In his statement, he reportedly vows, "This decision was not made with malice, but with duty. I would rather bear the weight of backlash than risk the decay of royal truth." But just as the palace braces itself, new flight logs have leaked. A Heathrow manifest dated February 14, 2026, showing passengers listed as Henry Mountbatten Windsor and 2 minors. No Meghan, no press. Whispers across London suggest Harry might be flying back to the UK alone with his children. Some see it as a desperate plea for belonging, others as a daring strategic move. Now the world is holding its breath. Will the Royal Commission for Lineal Ethics and Continuity reinstate Archie and Lilibet, or erase them from royal history forever? 2 brothers, 2 heirs, 1 defining question. Does birth make you royal, or must the crown decide? If you've been following this royal storm, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more shocking royal revelations, because this saga is far from over.